lineup for low expectations. At left wing tonight, the man we know as Hoo-Foo. From Pittsburgh, making his 239 debut. I gotta tell you, ladies and gentlemen, he's got a hell of a hobby. His hobby includes five-man trapping, and I love to see it. At center tonight, young Buffalo. Out of Buffalo. Looking to prove this season that he can score with the other top centers in the league. At right wing tonight, young Kelch, out of Dallas, Texas. You know, the fans really love him. He is the soundboard and all. At left D tonight, Blue Line King, otherwise known as BLK. Out of Baltimore. I'll be honest, guys, they don't call him Blue Line King for no reason. He's one of the best D-men in the game. Also, he's a co-captain, baby. At right D tonight, Costa, the highest paid player in 239. I said it last time, I'll say it again, he's got some shoes to fill, baby. And in the pipes tonight, at goalie, Bills 39, out of Winnipeg. The Canadian is looking for a bit more defense to be played in front of him tonight. Shall he get it? We shall see.
All right, everybody. And there's your starting lineup for young Kelch's squad. He's got that soundboard going. What's going on, guys? This is Pale Poner. I'm coming at you from 239hockey.net, online with our series of the week with Farbsy. Farbsy, welcome back. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's so good to be back after that little bit of an off season. We had a great finish to season number 15, and now season 16 underway. We've already got a few games in the books, a couple series for each side or each team at this point. So, you know, good to be back, and good to be back with another season of the 239 hockey.
Yeah, looking forward to it. We had I think a pretty strong draft. All these teams are looking like they're pretty competitive. We've only had a couple of sweeps, and some teams that have gotten swept have also dealt out some sweeps, and there's nobody really struggling right off the rip here.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see when you get basically a new team together and you start a new season. It's interesting to see how players and teams manage to adjust and how quickly some teams can gel versus how long it may take some other teams to find that rhythm working with one another. So, you know, you get some carryover from previous seasons where some of these guys have played with each other in the past, maybe even a season ago. But, you know, when you're talking about a new lineup, a new team name, even as we got the Care Bears and low expectations going tonight, there's always that little bit of we talk about the feeling out process a lot when it comes to getting into the game and trying to see what your opponent is going to present you. But when you're this early in the season, it's always interesting to me to see how quickly teams can get a feel for how their teammates are going to play. Because when you don't have 5 guys carrying over from season to season, that can be a tricky thing where you've got to find that chemistry. And, you know, the quicker you could do that, the quicker those wins can start piling up.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I mean, you look at this lineup in here for Odd Guy with the Care Bears. I mean, I can almost guarantee you none of these players have played together before. Maybe Odd Guy and his D partner. I'm not really too sure about that one. But King Rome hasn't been around for almost 6 or 7 seasons, and he's going to be playing center. Noah Regretskis is between the pipes. He's a guy that's been a prolific forward in our league that really hasn't played net in our league, but he has played goalie in others and is a really solid goalie. He's off to a really great start. I think he started his first game with 1-0 shutout, so good for him. But on the other side, low expectations, a little bit more. You're probably going to give the chemistry factor to that team. Young Buffalo, Swizz, and Blue Line King have all played together quite regularly. So we'll see what's happening. Low Expectations is looking for their first series win. The Care Bears had a series sweep earlier in the week. So 2 teams looking to make an impact moving forward.
I find it interesting that you pointed out that the players on the low expectations side, at least some of them have played together in the past. So you're kind of setting, I would say, medium to medium low expectations for this team instead of low expectations. I don't know. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I think that it might be fair to call them perhaps medium expectations.
Yeah, we'll do medium expectations. That sounds good.
And then we'll see after this series, maybe we raise it to high expectations, maybe we lower it back to low. You know, it'll be a feeling out process as the season goes on. Maybe the expectations will be various or will vary based off of their performance. And to this point, they're 1-1-1 after their first series. So 3 points, not bad, but as you said, not a series win either. So looking to change that. Care Bears, as you mentioned, Noah Gretzky's getting a really great start to his season in goal, and when you're deciding to change from forward to goaltender and you're coming off a 101 point season and you go, I think I'm going to play net. You got to, prove that you can do that you can play that position well. Because if you can be a 100-point player in this league and you're going to decide that you might be a better contributor in net, that is quite the statement to make. And so far, as you said, he's got a shutout. He is 3-0. Goals against average of 1 1/3, save percentage near 87% on the year, or through one series. Very small sample size. Again, maybe he has high expectations right now.
Yeah, another guy making a big change in his lineup. Young Kelch is playing right wing for Young Buffalo, and Swizz and Blue Line King on that side. He's primarily been a lefty in our league, dabbled in goalie a little bit, has never played forward, so this is his first season playing on the opposite side of what he normally plays on right wing. But first time playing up for young Kelch.
And, had a really good start to it, averaging a point a game so far through that first series, so we'll see what he can do here in this series against the Care Bears. You're talking about a guy, we got 2 players making their season debuts for low expectations. On the Care Bears side, everyone has played 3 games. Hufu is yet to play this season. He's yet to play, period. This is his rookie year, so it will be his 2-3-9 hockey debut in this game. And BLK, who of course has played in seasons past, 18 points in 21 games last year. This is his first game of this young season. So, Pale, what are your thoughts here before we get the puck dropped on game number 1?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how Hufu plays. Guy has been hyped up a little bit coming out of the draft. He was one of the higher paid part-time players that were in our auction draft, and a lot of people have been hyping him as like, a top 3 or 4 left wing in this league. And that's pretty lofty for a guy making his season debut. I've never heard of him. I've never played with him. Never seen him play. So we'll get a chance to watch what he can do here.
Will be interesting to see. I also love the kind of like modern take on the old black, like North Stars style jerseys or early Dallas Stars. We are underway as Low Expectations in the black and green. Going down on your screen had possession first, and now give it over to the Care Bears wearing white for this contest. That's Ozzy turning it over at center ice, and now circling and giving it back to Costa as he will enter the offensive end and play it in deep for young Kelch in the corner, trying to center, but that one read and intercepted and moved out by Rob. Another turnover at the other end. So we're in that feeling out phase of the game as we get an offside whistle just under 2.5 gone by in period number 1. Really liking the color scheme for Low Expectations in this one. I'm, when we see their away jersey, I have high expectations for that. How that will style for that, because love the black, like bright green and gold combination. That is, I know a lot of Minnesota hockey fans would love to see that for maybe a wild alternate jersey at some point.
Yeah, it's definitely a different looking one. It's like a mint green color almost. It's pretty interesting.
Puck just pushed on goal, but Noah Gretzky's is able to just pounce on it a little bit there. It was pushed towards him. I don't know if he was trying to see if he could get a teammate to just take it, or if he just wasn't getting the animation to work in his favor, because it took him a second or two to finally just cover up and get that whistle. Defensive zone draw 1 back by King Rome as it's played now by Rob, and he'll just skate it up across the blue line and the red line and makes the feed up for King Rome. In the offensive end, played down low for Ozzy, pushed off the puck behind the net, and now clearing it out of the zone with a nice pass up for Hufu. Hufu entering the zone, but offside as Young Buffalo was a little eager to get in and too far ahead of that play there.
Yeah, Young Buffalo's a really good center. He's a guy that I really like watching play, and he plays really strong defensively. And King Rome on the other side is a really thumbsy guy. He's a really good player in his own right. Another guy that's probably going to be both of these guys are probably going to be in contention for the Selke by the time this season's over. But King Rome's got a little bit more offensive kick to him, so it'll be interesting to see that matchup.
Long shot taken, but well wide of the net. Nice steal by Young Buffalo as he sends it in deep, centering feed, and that one a little off the mark. As trying to get it back to Young Buffalo was Hufu, but it was intercepted and played out. Approaching the halfway point here of period number 1, cross ice pass. That shot is kicked aside as Bills making his first, I think that's his first save of this game. Certainly the first one that had any real chance. There's now an offside whistle with 10:19 to go here in the first period. Bills, this is his rookie season. 3 starts so far this year. Goals against average just below 3. Save percentage of about 84. So the two goaltenders have very similar save percentages. We have another offside whistle as King Rome brought it in just offside with 10:03 left. 84% for Bills, basically 87% for Noah Gretzky's. But the difference, you're talking about how many shots they faced, because Bills has goals against average nearly 3, whereas Noah Gretzky's is 1 1/3. And that, when you have those similar save percentages, just goes to show you how many times they were tested. And there's a quick test, nice little shot taken, but kicked aside by Noah Gretzky's. But again, when you have the similar save percentages and a wildly different goals against average, that kind of comes down to how many shots your defense lets reach you. Because, I mean, Bills was just making big saves in that opening series. He made a lot of saves anyway, but still gave up, I think, 8 goals over the course of those games, or 9 goals over the course of those 3 games, which, it's an interesting thing. You don't often see that in the series where the goalie comes away with a save percentage of 84%, giving up 3 goals, or 3 goals a game.
Yeah, and for me, like in this league, what I've seen is, if you're around 820 or higher, you're pretty one of the better goalies in the league, and you're having a pretty excellent season. So to be an 840 like after a losing series, that's pretty tough for him. He's got to get some goal support, get some defense.
We've got a trip, and the first power play of this game will be going to the Care Bears. They have converted on 1 power play chance so far this season. They're batting 20%, but I believe that is just 1 for 5 so far on the year. Their first chance of the series, that shot is blocked by the knee as Ozzy tried to take that one. Here's Ozzy again, low slot stepping in. His shot goes off a body and wide. Played up top again for Rob with some space. Down low, quick shot taken, generating a rebound chance, and they score. Ozzy capitalizing on a beautiful rebound. Great effort there on the power play, and Ozzy's got the Care Bears on the board first.
Yeah, big goal from Ozzy on the power play. Got to capitalize on those, and Odd Guys Care Bears take care of business there.
I believe that is Flaming Dwagon getting the primary assist, but just like that, Ozzy's got his second. Seconds after the power play marker, he gets yet another goal. Beautiful individual effort on that one.
Yeah, it's a tough shot to face right in the slot there. High glove.
King Rome getting one of the assists on that one. Unsure as to who Heater is. That may have been Ozzy getting that assist, because he's the only name I did not recognize on that. So I'm going to say Ozzy now has... Ozzy has 2 goals. He couldn't be an assist there. Quick wrister goes wide from Young Buffalo on the other end, as down to the final 30 seconds here of period number 1. Low Expectations trying to close that gap before the period comes to a close. They make the steal. Quick wrister, and that one goes a little high. And Noah Gretzky's not going to face a shot as the time runs out on the period. A 2-0 period. Both goals coming from Ozzy, both very late in that first frame.
Yeah, that's going to be Odd Guy, his Heater. That's his default go-to. It's a nice goal by Ozzy.
Pick in the corner, just high glove side, and that was a tough one for Bills to face there.
The old Colorado Avalanche font on their jerseys, I like that.
I just noticed that, yeah. I was always a big fan of that. You get some unique 90s fonts with the Avs getting that one. Also remember the Tampa Bay Lightning in their early jerseys. They had some very similar ones, but they were very stormy, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of going with that wacky third jersey that they had for a stretch.
Oh, man, the one with the lightning all going through it. Just
I love that one. Honestly, like,
the screen printed jerseys from the 90s were great.
It was because they had that one, and then the then Phoenix Coyotes had the one with, like, the desert night sky and the whole, like, desert scene across the waist stripe. Like, that one, I mean, very 90s, but I'm looking forward to 10 years from now when, hockey fans are craving for 90s throwbacks.
Yeah.
right now I think we're kind of everyone wants to see more of a 70s 80s look. I think that in about 10 years we're going to get a lot of people going like, well, wait, why can't we get that, rain going diagonally across the jersey look from the Lightning?
The Blues had something like that too, right? Where they just had like a diagonal look going. I think it was when Gretzky was there.
They did. That was when they had red in their color scheme.
Yep.
For a little bit, and that one was really cool. They actually had more of a sublimated jersey because I think that one may have been more stitched. Quick shot taken and deflected wide towards the corner as Low Expectations will clear it out of the zone. They had a fully sublimated jersey that was turned aside by head coach at the time, Mike Keenan. And if you have not seen that, open up another window on your computer and just search for. I'm like that I could hear you opening up another tab on your computer. We're gonna have a breakaway chance here. I'll tell you in a second. Flaming Dwagon moving in, goes to the forehand, and he scores. Beautiful move and a great breakout pass to set up Flaming Dwagon for the third goal of this game for the Care Bears. Dwagon from Heater, so that would be that one odd guy, getting his one primary assist. Actually, it's his second primary assist of this game. But yeah, on that tab, just go over and search St. Louis Blues Keenan jersey, Keenan, I think, jersey. It was produced. It was supposed to be debuted, and Mike Keenan literally said he would not let his team wear that. They had to scrap a mascot that was supposed to be introduced along with it. It was a bunch of like music.
Oh yes,
notes and just craziness. And yeah, that's one of those '90s jerseys that never saw the light of day.
Like almost like a jazz. Oh, there it is.
Oh, beautiful give and go, and I love the throw in the glove celebration as well, as that goal goes to Hufu, picking up his first goal in his young career here in the 239 Hockey League. Nice little give and go there with him and Johnny Kling. I believe that would be young Kelch.
That is young Kelch, yep. Dallas native going with his Klingberg reference.
I like it. Here's a chance now yet again. Long shot taken, deflected in front. That puck was loose, and Hufu tried to just swat it towards the goal. But a good job there by the defense for the Care Bears to sweep it wide and get it out of harm's way, because Noah Gretzky's was still more towards the center of the crease at that point. Breaking in, Hufu in the offensive end, playing it back to the D, winding and faking that shot, and now trying to set things up is BLK. Down low for Hufu yet again, circling, plays it up top. Centered down low, and that puck will just scoot past the centerman Young Buffalo and on goal, where it's eventually cleared out, and now King Rome, unable to skate it in the offensive end, picks it back up and gets it across before chipping it in deep. I was hoping Ozzy would be able to chase it down, but that did not work. King Rome able to knock down the clearing attempt there, and will steal it in his own end eventually. Nice hit delivered there. BLK just laying down the body against that one odd guy right in front of that one bench. Centering feed. Good defense there right in the slot. Knocking it away was the centerman Young Buffalo, getting in there in that lane and making sure that pass did not get connected. Buffalo in the corner, playing it over to the very similarly colored BLK, now dropped off for Hufu, circling behind the net and spinning it up top. Costa getting down low, tried to take the shot, but he was knocked off the puck by Ozzy, and now a break the other way. Rob playing it over, Flaming Dwagon trying to center it, and it's in! A fourth goal of the game for the Care Bears, and that one is going to be credited to Rob.
Rob getting in deep on the right post by the left defenseman.
Dwagon getting another point. He's got a goal and 2 assists already in this game, and there's almost 4 minutes left to go in the second. Nice quick chance for Low Expectations, but it does not turn into a goal, and there's no second chance opportunity before it's finally cleared out by the Care Bears. Playing it back in his own end is that one odd guy. Skating across the blue line, now thought about the red line and then played it back instead as Rob will skate it up, but now offside. 2:15 to go here in the middle period. 3-game series we've got for you tonight between the Care Bears and Low Expectations. Care Bears 3-0-0 so far in the young season 16. On the other side, Low Expectations 1-1-1. So one's across the board. That shot whistling wide from Flaming Dwagon. The rebound is picked up in the corner by Ozzy. unable to maintain possession, though, as it was stolen away by BLK. It's getting out of the zone. Nice long pass up ahead for young Kelch. Centering feed. Oh, he's looking for Hufu, but right in that passing lane at the last second was Ozzy, making that beautiful steal to turn the puck the other direction. Nice turnover and a steal. Chance down low. Banking it off the post with a backhander was King Rome. Scoops it up again. Centering feed. Another backhander opportunity. And that will do it for the second period as we go to the locker rooms with a 4-1 lead in favor of the Care Bears.
Yeah, big period by them, man. Ozzy comes out, scores 2 quick goals in the first period, and then his team follows up. Rob and Flaming Dwagon getting on the board in that second period. Let one up, but 4-1 lead is pretty commanding.
Every time I call a game with Flaming Dwagon, I just immediately want to watch Blazing Saddles.
Yeah.
Just seeing the way that it's spelled, I'm just immediately reminded of that movie and just what was it? Madeline Kahn's character from Blazing Saddles. Was it Lily von Stoop?
Yep. Yeah.
Just because fantastic film. So it's of all the
film
things
that
you
would
can
never
reference,
be
to
made
reference one of
today.
the best movies. It wouldn't, but Mel Brooks just man, he's such a talented guy, and Spaceball is still my favorite of the Mel Brooks movies, but you can't go wrong turning on any of those. History of the World Part 1 I think is underrated too. I'm still waiting for History of the World Part 2.
Yeah.
The trailer at the end of that is so funny, where they have the fake trailer for the fake movie History of the World Part 2, where it's, oh man.
I think Life of Brian is probably my favorite. No, that's Monty Python. Wrong
Monty Python.
Series. Yeah.
It's okay.
Blazing
You're gonna find your
Saddles.
mid-season form
Blazing
at some point.
Saddles, Spaceballs, they're all good. I'm a big Star Wars nut.
Young
so.
Frankenstein, very good. History of the
Young
World Part 1,
Frankenstein
very
is great.
good. I know there's a couple others. There's still a couple that I have not seen from Mel Brooks' collection. He actually just celebrated a birthday recently. He's in his 90s.
Yeah.
But going strong. And he's, my favorite thing with him, because he basically, I don't want to say he never takes anything serious, but the fact that he's always ready to be hilarious. When he got to put his handprints at the theater in L.A., and in the cement,
Yep.
he put a fake extra finger on one of his hands so that he would have 6 fingers on one of his hands for his handprint that would be forever immortalized. And it's like, it's just such a, it's Mel Brooks. It's,
Yep.
I forget which of the talk shows it was that he was on where he randomly takes out a comb to brush his hair and did the, immediately just decided because, why not? He does a shtick with the turning it into a mustache and the salute thing to kind of mock the Nazis, which caught the host entirely off guard. I want to say it was Fallon because it would just be, he'd be the guy who would immediately be way caught off guard by something like that.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, Mel Brooks is an absolute favorite. But yeah, that's because of Flaming Dwagon. We just had a 10-minute aside as far as Mel Brooks movies to watch, and I know what I'll be binging in the next weekend while still staying inside and in quarantine for the most part. So as we approach the halfway point here of period number 3, still a 4-1 game. We've seen multiple goals scored by the Care Bears in each of the first 2 periods. No goals coming from either side so far here in the third. Obviously not as much pressure on the Care Bears to try and extend a 3-goal lead as we have less than 9 minutes to go and icing against low expectations.
Yeah, some back and forth hockey here. I feel like Low Expectations has had a decent amount of pressure this period.
Yeah, I have not been able to convert on it yet, but they are going up against a very talented player in net, as we have seen just in what he's done in this short season so far. But yeah, it's, if you can kind of keep up this energy in the coming periods, we have a quick turnover, but a nice back check and a steal by Young Buffalo to take that one right back, because that could have been dangerous. As I was saying, hey, if you keep this going into the next game, it might be a bit more competitive than 4-1 late in the third. But he nearly turned it over for a possible 2-on-1 chance. But again, Young Buffalo playing some some good defense on that end as well. Those face-offs are incredible, that difference in the face-off circle. Just saw those numbers come up on the screen. Basically a 3-to-1 ratio. That centering feed nicely read and intercepted by Rob as Young Kelch was in position waiting for that one-timer, and now a chance the other way. Feed again, trying to get maybe that hat trick was Ozzy, but he could not flip it into the net from beneath the goal line. Nice positioning there from that one odd guy. It was, I believe, an Omaha attempt by Low Expectations, and instead just intercepted the pass at the red line, and now an interference call is coming against Low Expectations.
Tough penalty.
As heading off to the box, is going to be the rookie with the goal. That would be Hufu going off for 2. 1 for 1 so far on the power play. 3 shots on goal with the man advantage for the Care Bears, but a defensive zone draw won by Low Expectations, and they'll be able to clear it out, and that's more than they were able to do on their first penalty kill attempt of this game.
Kelch gets a poor animation there behind the net. His guy reached for the puck, and it kind of warped it into the net and shot the puck out to the side when he should have had control. That's tough.
Nice 180-foot clear right on goal as Noah Gretzky's will just play it up to his teammates here. 40 seconds left on the power play. Chance setting up in the offensive end. Rob trying to get it down for Ozzy, but that was read and intercepted as Young Buffalo got there. And finally, the puck cleared out, and that will probably do it for this power play. So now 1 for 2 with the man advantage are the Care Bears, as we're back to 5-on-5, 6v6 hockey, and 100 seconds left to go in this game. Centered for Ozzy, he's looking for that hat trick. And now King Rome playing it back to the D, tipped in front on goal. Nice little redirect by Flaming Dwagon, but Bills making the nice stop there with a minute left to go.
Yeah, nice little low shot by Rob there to get the tip in front.
Nicely done job. You always like to see a defenseman that can take those shots and direct them so precisely from the point and help out in the offensive end. And Rob, a guy, 22 assists in 27 games last year, so he's someone that can put up those assist numbers. And, you know, no better way to get an assist than to throw one towards the slot and let your teammate just tip it past the netminder.
Absolutely. Oh, Young Buffalo just killing them in the draws here.
Nice little steal yet again, leading to a chance the other way, but that one slowed down and did not get towards the net. Again, Rob in really good positioning to knock down those one-timers. Quick shot on goal, and a nice save made by Noah Gretzky's. He maybe thought, I think, that Young Buffalo could fool him by faking that pass, thinking pass, and then just going for that short side shot. But Noah Gretzky's held his position and made the save. Hufu down low, puck loose, pushed wide of the net. Hufu trying to center it yet again. Young Buffalo will pick it up in the corner, plays it up top. Chance long shot, deflected and on goal and turned aside by Noah Gretzky's. Puck in the corner as the Care Bears are now 6 seconds away from winning game 1 of this series. Flaming Dwagon, quick wrister, and he scores, making it his second goal of the game in the closing seconds of this contest.
Yeah, I was going to comment on Young Buffalo's chance down low where he went short side there. I was going to say, you know, you're almost testing the goalie to see, you know, what's going to work for the next 2 games here, whether you can beat him short side like that. But Flaming Dragon just came down and did the same thing and found a spot to shoot it there for a late goal. Maybe you see some shots like that going into the next game. That's an interesting part of this league, I think, is that you play the same team 3 times in a row. You kind of get like stuff that carries over from one game into the next.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, and I think that you know, if your low expectations where you've got to start is, you know, you've got to at the very least even up those power play chances. You gave up the only 2, you gave up 1 goal. I mean, at the end of the day, that didn't make a huge bit of difference when you're talking about a final score of 5-1. I mean, 4-1 until the last couple seconds, but 5-1 final score in that game. But you know, the power play goal for Ozzy is what started it, and then Ozzy scored basically off the ensuing center ice faceoff. He picked up the puck and just skated in and scored yet again. So you know, they were down 2-0 as a result of giving up that power play goal late in the first period. So you know, I would like to see low expectations not take penalties. I mean, 2 is not bad, but you obviously would like to limit it as best as you can. I would more say that you want to even it up. If the Care Bears are not going to take a penalty, they did not take one in this game 1. Low Expectations has to match them when it comes to discipline in game number 2. If Care Bears take a penalty, then you can take 1 penalty. If the Care Bears don't take a penalty, though, you got to stay out of the box. You don't have to be better than the Care Bears when it comes to being, the staying out of the penalty box, but you got to at least be on par with your opponent.
Yeah, a couple numbers that I'll take a look at that I think kind of don't tell the whole story. Time on attack was heavily in favor of Low Expectations. I think they basically doubled up Odd Guy's team here, playing down in their end. I thought that they had a lot of pressure in the second period, but I wasn't sure that it was that much. But looking at the numbers there, it's pretty different compared to Odd Guy's team is just making the most of their chances, I guess.
Yeah, it basically looks like Low Expectations just not getting the shots through. They are trying a lot. We saw, as I pointed out, Rob was doing a really good job defensively of intercepting those one-time passes down low. And I think they kind of try to stick to that for maybe a little too long. And that may have been why they didn't turn the time on attack into shots on goal, because they were outshot 12-8. And there was not a single period in that game where they outshot the Care Bears. So, you might just have to, I like the plays that they were trying to set up where they would get it back to the D, just bank it around the boards, get it up to the point, and then let the defenseman set something up, either skate it in or take a shot.
Yep.
And I would like to see more of that and less of those trying to get that cross-crease pass to the slot, into the slot area, because Rob defensively has been in great position in that first game, at least, to intercept those passes 9 times out of 10.
Yeah. Aside from the time on attack, I thought Odd's defense was really good. They were collapsing really well, just taking away those chances in the middle. We saw a late 3-on-1 that Low Expectations was not able to convert on, but I didn't really see a whole lot of huge chances that No Regretski's had to face in that game.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. It certainly looked that way. I mean, they've got to, I guess we're now back to they're now Low Expectations after a loss. So they're 1-2-1 now, have to have low expectations, I guess, for this game. But I would like to see them try to just. I mean, I don't know. They the chances that they generated didn't match their time on the attack. They had so much time, but they couldn't get anything out of it. And it's, you've got to test a goalie like No Regretski's. You've got to throw pucks on net. You've got to be there you got to try to generate rebound chances. You got to be doing whatever you can. You got to do something more than, obviously the 8 shots on goal just isn't going to work. I do love the white jerseys, by the way. Yeah, I was waiting to see what those looked like. Very nicely done. Very nicely designed there. And to take nothing away of the color scheme, the cotton candy look for the Care Bears, which always a fan of that color scheme too. The light blue and the bright as can be pink, like the pink that is in the background of the NHL20 video game. Not a bad look.
Speaking of which, I have no idea what's going on. Why Odd Guy has went with the Care Bears as his team name. It's the second time in 3 seasons that he's had a Care Bear in his logo. So Odd Guy, you're gonna have to explain the Care Bears to us at some point, man.
I mean, clearly he's just a fan of the Care Bears. I don't. I don't know that I was ever into the Care Bears as a kid, but I'm sure there were people who were.
I was a 90s Power Rangers kid, so.
Oh, I was too. Power Rangers, Ninja Turtles.
Absolutely.
And early 90s Nick, as we have an offside whistle 2.5 minutes into period number 1. Low Expectations obviously now in the white jersey, still going down on your screen. Care Bears going up. The look of that old Coyotes alternate logo, the crescent moon in the circle, in the pink and blue is. I'm not sure how sold I am on that. I love the cotton candy look. I really now want some of the. What was the Bubblicious flavor that was colored like that? It was like Twisted Tornado.
Yeah.
It had that electric blue color with some pink or purple or something like that. So I now have a craving for that, and so I'm apparently going to go find some like 90s Bubblicious gum and watch Blazing Saddles later. That's apparently what my plans are for after this game, is a nice little centering feed towards the slot from Flaming Dwagon, of course, was intercepted and moved out and sent all the way down. No icing on the play, though.
It's an interesting no ice call.
It's always that's kind of like a beer league no icing on that one is what it looked like. It's like you go, how is that not icing? And the referee's just like, because it wasn't icing. I didn't want to skate down and get the puck and skate all the way back. That's
Lots of neutral zone play here.
And I think that who do you think that favors when you're talking about coming off of a game that was 5-1 in favor of the Care Bears, 4-1 until the final 10 seconds. But when you have that extended neutral zone time, does that favor one team more than the other in a game 2 like this?
Well, to me, I think that probably favors the team that likes to score off the rush more, which in this case is probably Odd Guy's team. Because, you can make those neutral zone boring plays over and over and over again, and just back and forth, and eventually you're going to break through like that. And, I think Odd Guy's team is more likely to capitalize on a quick rush play than Swizz and BLK's team is right now.
That was BLK that had that nice little opportunity and blockered away by No Regretski's a moment ago, and Care Bears trying to set things up. Nice big hit in the neutral zone, but that did take the defenseman out of the play. BLK did manage to get back and make the steal, though, in the defensive end. Ooh, tricky offside on that one as Hufu just tried to hold the zone, but just barely crossed the blue line and crossed it right back. So that is an offside whistle here, as we're about 2/3 of the way through period number 1. Still scoreless in this one, although we were scoreless at this point in game number 1 as well. And then we saw Low Expectations penalty result in an Aussie power play goal, and then immediately an Aussie even strength goals. We have another offside, this time King Rome bringing it into the offensive end for the Care Bears offside.
Yeah, power play goal opened up the floodgates for him. Nothing so far, though. It's a good job by Low Expectations to stay out of the box.
Are you raising their expectations a little bit with that comment? 'Cause that sounds like it's kind of like a low-mid expectations.
Listen, I think BLK and Jay Costa on the back there, they're probably the highest paid D pair in 239. I need these two to come out and do what they're supposed to do as Odd Guy's team takes a penalty there.
That's going to be interesting to see as we have a delayed penalty call coming. Chance, though, with the... Well, they have pulled their goaltender, it looks like, or... Oh, no, it's just marked that they pulled their goaltender for some reason. He's facing the wrong way, so the video game thought he was just out of the net. But finally now, going off to the box would be Flaming Dwagon. So the first power play chance of the evening for Low Expectations. They have yet to score a power play goal this season. They're trying to set things up. They won the draw and turn it right over as King Rome with a really nice poke check, and now a chance the other way, faking the slap shot and slowing it down towards the corner was that one Odd Guy. Picking it back up, doing a really good job killing off some time was that one Odd Guy. The zone cleared, but right to Rob, who will kill off some more time because we're already halfway through this penalty.
Odd Guy and Rob out here, way up in the ice, but showing off the veteran moxie, holding the puck up in the other end of the ice.
Hufu gave it back to the D and tried to just rush towards the slot area and get the puck back, but again, as we've seen a lot tonight, the D for the Care Bears there to intercept it. Back to 5-on-5, 6v6. Wrap-around try for Hufu, and it's not a power play goal, but it is a 1-0 lead for Low Expectations. Hufu now with 2 goals tonight.
Yeah, Flaming Dwagon taking that minus while he's stepping out of the box there.
That's one of those that it doesn't count statistically as a power play goal, obviously, but essentially it still was, because that was on a rush that started. They passed the penalty box before the player got out of the box, and as you mentioned, Flaming Dwagon was not going to get back into the zone. He basically just stepped on the ice and took that minus immediately. So, the power play doing enough to create that chance, and now a 1-0 lead for Low Expectations, their first lead of the evening.
Got to get out of the period with the lead.
Hufu trying to extend it. Gets it towards the corner. A nice little poke check there by Rob. And that will do it for period number 1. A 1-0 lead for Low Expectations after 20 minutes of play. And I'm just noticing the Dominik Hasek goalie mask style for Bills there.
Yeah, Bill's out there rocking the old cage with no neck guard. It's crazy that guys were playing with that in the 90s.
I mean, Hasek, I think, crossed over into the early 2000s, too. When he
Curtis
was still rocking that
Osgood
for
was
the Red
playing
Wings.
that for a long
Osgood,
time,
yeah.
too.
It's crazy to think, especially with how, I mean, goalie mask designs have been around for a few decades at this point, but they were prevalent even then, and then you had someone who was basically just wearing a skater's helmet and a cage.
Yep.
Wow, look at the shots on goal, just 2-0. No shots for the Care Bears in that first period, and Hufu scoring on one of the 2 shots on goal for low expectations. So 50%, not a bad shooting percentage.
Yeah, there's Jay Costa back there earning his keep. He's the highest paid player in 239 this season, $44, and you know, the guy's basically making up half the team's payroll. So keep limiting those shots, Costa. You got to keep it up.
Also had an assist on the goal that was scored. So now 1 goal and 3 assists through 4 1/3 games this season.
I'm sorry, I'm saying Costa. His gamer tag right now is Cycle. Odd Guy's team takes another penalty.
You know, I pointed out going into this one, not to toot my own horn, but you know, someone has to. So, you know, that low expectations had to basically at least match how much the Care Bears were going to avoid the penalty box, and right now they've been way better than that, as they have a power play goal already.
Oh, the fight.
Ooh, Hufu stepping in. Dropping the gloves here with King Rome. Right in front of the penalty box. Rome throwing a right, tied up a little bit. Hufu trying to get in there, a little uppercut for Rome. He hits that one, knocking the helmet clean off. Rome just trying to get a couple shots in. Hufu is waiting for his opportunity here, trying to go for that right. Chance for Rome. Big uppercut there from Hufu. And now Rome dodging one and a huge hit and an uppercut to follow. But Hufu, 3 and 4. I think he hit the shoulder a couple times. Long, drawn-out fight here. Hufu. Rome just beating away. A couple shots and a huge right knocks him down.
Tapping the sticks, please.
Tapping the
Nice
sticks.
fight.
Yeah, beautiful.
That was good. We don't get a whole lot of those. It was fun. I
And
think
comes off of that big hit.
I wonder. I
think that
couldn't
was
tell
BLK that
which
was
one
down.
took that fight. If it was BLK down, then Hufu would have had to take it.
I believe it was Hufu that took it, because I think it was one of his teammates that got knocked down in the back.
So maybe a good play by him. You know, as Odd Guy's team was going up on a rush, they had some momentum going up there when that broke out.
So there is a computer player, and he will beat out the icing. Quick feed and a shot on goal, as there is still a power play going on here for low expectations for their 41 seconds. Nice save made by No Regretskis on that quick shot from Young Buffalo. Type off the draw, and it'll be the defenseman or the computer-generated player. Smith, quick backhander, and it ends up going wide. Young Kelch with it, centered. Could not connect with Young Buffalo as it was taken away and cleared out of the zone by that one Odd Guy. Chasing it down will be Flaming Dwagon as we're back to 5-on-5, 6v6. Dwagon just knocked down behind the net. Very nicely done there by BLK. Played up top yet again. Offensive zone chance. That shot was deflected and now cleared out of the zone. Good poke there by BLK, just getting the stick in and make sure that there was no breakaway chance.
Oh.
Centered. Shot on goal. The puck was loose. It's still in the slot, but finally skating it away will be Ozzy, as No Regretskis has been tested quite a bit here so far in this second period.
Seems like Odd's team is looking for those long stretch passes at this point, as we look at low expectations throwing an Omaha down the ice too.
13.5 to go here in this second period, and that one just lofted up over the glass and into the stands, where a girl from Shawinigan picking up that puck.
I think that one was a let's get our center out of the box dump.
Nice little move to do that there, because now everybody, all 6 players for each team, back to controlling someone. So Smith did a good job on the ice, but no longer in this game here. 12.5 to go. Quick chance, but that centering feed from King Rome was a little off the mark. Young Buffalo skating it out of his zone and into the offensive end. Good job there by Hufu. I don't know how he stayed onside. He must have dragged the foot. And then that bank pass just a little off the mark as he was thrown a little too close to the boards for BLK to get to it. Hufu scooping it up in his own end, spinning, and now making the pass. Another pass later, Young Buffalo will just bank it off the boards. I think he may have been trying to get a shot and just ended up sending that one a little wide.
Yeah, that one was a little weird.
Down.
I thought Buffalo had a good chance of getting in on net on Regretski's there, but ended up dumping it.
Ozzy in the offensive end, playing it back, dropping it back. Chance, puck is loose and now flipped up and towards the boards where it'll be Low Expectations scooping things up.
Really like that play by that defenseman there, turning around.
Another huge hit. That was green on green. Flaming Dwagon on Young Kelch. And now a chance, but the puck aimed for Rob ends up going all the way back into the Care Bears end. Nice intercept there by Young Buffalo. Circling with it and playing it on ahead for Young Kelch in the offensive end. Kelch trying to get it back for Buffalo. They should just be the Young... they got to work Young into their team name somehow. Like, it just needs... Every single player on their team just needs to be Young something at this point. If you're going to go with, 2 of your 6 players, if a third of your team is going to be Young this or that... By the way, Young this or that would be a very funny name to go with if anyone on Low Expectations wanted to try to go with that. Buffalo clearing it out for Kelch. Dropped it off for Hufu. Trying to get around the D. The puck ends up towards the center as Buffalo takes that shot on goal, and Ogretzky's will cover up for the whistle. 3:02 left to go in this period.
Big hip check. I think that was Flaming Dwagon on Young Kelch earlier.
Another offensive zone draw won by Young Buffalo, and now Kelch playing with it in the corner. Plays it up top. Long shot taken, and that one goes off the skate of Young Buffalo and towards the corner, but Hufu is there to scoop it up. Again, we'll bank it around. Young Kelch scooping it up. Quick wrister, that one blocked, and then a quick backhander on goal as Noah Gretzky's makes the stop on Young Buffalo. That was just instinctive, I think, by Buffalo. He saw the puck on his stick all of a sudden, just immediately threw it on goal, trying to catch Noah Gretzky's maybe leaning one way or the other and not fully ready for that shot after the first one was blocked. Great setup there on that play as Hufu's shot was turned aside by the blocker of Noah Gretzky's. Low Expectations has been fantastic at actually generating shots on goal in this game. That quick shot turned aside somehow and covered up by Bills as Ozzy just ripped that one, I think, right into the glove.
A couple of gigantic saves on both ends. Bills and Noah Gretzky's came to play this period.
Final 7 seconds, tie up off the draw. It will go to the Care Bears. Quick chance here, 3 seconds left, but it will be sent out of the zone, and we will go to the locker room after 2 the same way we did after 1. It is a 1-0 lead thanks to Hufu picking up the goal way back in the first period. Shots on goal in that period. Finally getting on that shot board was the Care Bears. They're now up to 2, but 6 in the frame for Low Expectations. Now shooting their opponents 8-2, and you got to start generating shots on goal in this period if you're the Care Bears. You also have to stay out of the penalty box because they have been shorthanded way more than they would like to be so far in this game.
Yeah, they need to try and get some offense here, get some consistency, get a little flow going, and try and get back what they were doing in the first game.
Minutes left. It's just a 1-0 game. Hufu, the only goal in this second game of this 3-game series between the Care Bears and Low Expectations.
Ooh.
Nice clearing pass up for Ozzy. He had 2 goals in that last game, could not get that shot on goal, and now Hufu skates it out of the zone, across the red line, and loses it at the opposing blue line. Ozzy circling with it and just tries to dump it in a little wide of the net, where it's scooped up by Costa and sent out of the zone. Rob pressured spins away. Really good job there by Rob just to get away from the pressure as the puck was poked right back to him as well at neutral ice. Rob trying to make that long pass, went to the wrong green player. Quick wrister kicked aside as Young Buffalo had the chance from just inside the blue line. Hufu trying to do the wraparound, but ends up going with the pass instead. Couldn't get the animation to go because he had Noah Gretzky's leaning towards the other post. Long shot taken, rebound chance. Trying to go for the wraparound on the forehand chance was Young Kelch, and that one turned aside.
Yeah, Hufu had a really deadly chance there. Almost looked exactly the same as the first goal. Here comes Flaming Dwagon up ice.
Good job on the back check by the defense there, though, to not let that turn into a breakaway. Ooh, and just barely icing, as the officials will say that one odd guy beat those two guys from Low Expectations, those two young guys. That one odd guy and those two young guys all racing for the puck on that one.
Yeah, that's a couple times Low Expectations has almost gotten that Omaha playoff.
Nice blocker save by Bills as the puck goes the other way, and now Hufu in the offensive end, played down low for Young Kelch. Tried to take the wrister, but had it poked off his stick. Hufu in the corner, up top. That's actually the centerman, Young Buffalo, trying to get that shot towards the net, but deflected wide towards the sideboards. And now skated out of the zone after that one odd guy made that pass, but Hufu with the nice check, forcing the turnover, trying to center for Buffalo, but read and intercepted by Rob. Rob moves it on ahead yet again, but another turnover as King Rome just could not keep possession, crossing the opposing blue line. Puck all the way down. Loose in front, chance, beautiful poke check by that one odd guy, getting the stick in the lane as Young Buffalo was just racing it to take, maybe thinking that quick low down wrister, maybe trying to go high blocker side, but instead that poke check got there and forced that one high and in the net. Hufu, wrister, that one deflected, slowed towards the corner, chased it down and got it back up top as the puck now sent in deep. Good keep at the blue line, down low for Hufu, trying to spin it on goal but could not get the shot away. Kelch up top, Costa steps in, takes that shot, turned aside by Noah Gretzky's. Kelch centered, shot from Buffalo, and that one was blocked. Hufu in the corner, banks it around, 7.5 to go here. Buffalo loses possession but gets it right back. Young Buffalo down low for Kelch, spins, loses it yet again. Nice job there by Rob positioning to make that steal. Under 6.5 to go, but Low Expectations just controlling play right now.
Yeah,
and here's a
tons of
chance to
pressure.
rush.
Tons of pressure by Low Expectations here. Odd guy's got to turn it up and get a goal.
Here is that one odd guy. Enters the zone onside. Quick spinning wrister was blocked by Flaming Dwagon from way up top. And now down low is Rome trying to center for Dwagon. That one put on goal a couple of times. And Bills may have been a little bored for a couple of minutes there, but making the stop and hanging on with 4:11 to go as he faces his first test in a little while.
Cheeky little pass there out of the corner. I think that was King Rome making that.
Kelch skating it out, playing it back to his defenseman Costa, who will enter the zone onside and now played in deep. Banked in even deeper. Hufu can't chase it down, but will go up to the defense. Long shot taken, kicked away by Noah Gretzky's as BLK got that shot on goal. 2.5 to go. It is a 1-0 lead. Hufu, the only goal in the contest. Chance, though, for the Care Bears trying to set something up to tie it up. Nice block by Hufu. And now a chance the other way. Kelch pushed off the puck, but Hufu there to pick it up. Final minute will be in real time as that pass goes all the way back and on goal. So we're now down to 55 seconds to go here in regulation time. Hufu, chance, the feed, and that backhander on goal turned aside as Buffalo and Hufu had that 2-on-1 opportunity. Could not get the goal, even though they got the shot on.
Odd Guys team struggling to get the puck here. Low Expectations is just managing this last 30 seconds, but that's a big ice.
Ooh, that is going to be tough. That's one you don't want to take, and the Care Bears now can breathe a sigh of relief because if King Rome can either win this one straight back, it's on the hand to win it over for Rob, or maybe go for a tie-up off the draw. They could set something up here in the closing seconds, but instead it's Buffalo with that tie-up and the face-off win, and now Young Buffalo breaking in, forehand shot and turned aside by the blocker of Noah Gretzky's. Rush with 25 seconds left to go. Dwagon in, wrister, save, dropping down to make the cover-up is Bills, and he'll hang on with just under 20 seconds left to play.
Yeah, King Rome needs to get this face off here for his boys.
See what he can do against Young Buffalo in the face-off dot. Wins it back. Rome with it. With
Ooh.
time trying to center. Chance. Blocked shot as it's wide and out behind the net. Puck is loose in the corner. Centering feed on the one-timer! Flaming Dragon from that one odd guy, and that one goal will tie this game up in the closing seconds.
That one odd guy getting down low, dirty, underneath the goal line, forechecking, creating havoc, gets a pass off the Flaming Dragon for a tying goal with 10 seconds left. Big plays from the captain.
One last rush. That wrister goes wide towards the corner. 4 seconds left. Hufu trying to make the steal. He had it for a second but could not possess it. And we are going to overtime. What a turn of events.
A big. This is another game. Low expectations, over double the time on attack that Odd Guys team has. This time they're doubling them up in shots as well. But here we are. I mean, it's overtime. It's game 2. Odd's got just as much of a chance as anybody to come back and steal this game and this series.
And this isn't one, if you're low expectations, that you can really afford to lose, because you are the way that you just controlled the game for 50 or 55 minutes. If you cannot come away with 2 points in this one, that's going to be really rough, especially because you end up going down 2-0 in the series. You don't want to do that either. But, I mean, sheesh, that's just, that'd be rough. Quickly, as we've just now started, your overtime picks, your Butchie overtime challenge, who you got?
I'm going to go with Odd Guy for the Care Bears. He's got a penchant for scoring big goals for his teams. And then for low expectations, I'm going to go with Hufu. I'm going to give Hufu the nod.
I'm also going to go Hufu, and I'm going to go Ozzy. He had 2 goals in that first game, so I'm going to see what he could do here. Flaming Dragon was another one I would consider picking, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Dragon already with 1 goal, and Hufu with a goal for low expectations. That one coming way back in the first period of play. Here's a chance down low for Flaming Dragon, and that one ends up wide. Kelch playing it over, and Costa playing on ahead. Banking it in deep, but chasing it down in the corner is that one odd guy. As just over 5 minutes have gone by, so he'll just backhand dump it in. Cross ice there. Unable to chase it down, though, as Costa clears the zone. BLK, and now Costa. Trying to just find some space, but there isn't a lot right now, but now just enough. Costa in the corner. The defenseman pinching in deep, but loses possession. Nice steal by Hufu. Here's a chance. Hufu trying to get the winner maybe. Couple passes, and that shot was blocked as BLK just shot it right into the defender. Puck still in the offensive end for low expectations, but no longer. It has been cleared out of the zone. Kelch scooping it up in the corner in his own end, and now playing it on ahead for Hufu out at neutral ice. Can't keep possession.
Flaming Dragon is playing so high out of their zone. As soon as there's any kind of 50-50 puck, he is gone. And it's almost taken Blue Line King out of the offense for his team, because he's got to be back and respect it.
Hufu trying to work around Flaming Dragon, but lost it. Dragon going towards the corner, but lost possession as it was poked off his stick. BLK with it. 9 minutes to go here in this overtime period. Played on ahead now for young Kelch, and now dropped on for BLK. In deep was Hufu. He tried for the pass instead of the shot, and the pass was deflected wide towards the corner. Rob in the offensive end. Little bit of space. Rob backing away, trying to protect that puck. Makes the feed over for Rome in the corner. Pushed off the puck by Costa. And Costa will clear it out with that pass up for young Kelch. Now in the offensive end is low expectations. Banked in deep. But reading that play beautifully was that one odd guy. He abandoned his player and just went right down towards beneath the goal line there to just scoop that puck up, because he knew exactly what low expectations was about to do.
Yeah, just reading the play, making the big plays for his team. Odds Guy's had a real big impact for his team in this game.
About 15 minutes gone by here in this overtime period. That one odd guy with it. slowing the play down as he gets it up for Rob, and now Ozzy. Nice little spin, but loses it momentarily, picks it back up in the corner and banks it up top. Couple passes, and it sneaks in!
Rob
getting the overtime winner.
That was deflected. I thought it went off a forward for Odd Guy's team, but it looks like it just went in off a defenseman from Low Expectations there.
Oh, and that is heartbreaking for Low Expectations because of the way that they played for the first 55 minutes or so. You can see Odd Guy going to get an assist on that one as well, so a 2-point effort for him. But boy, oh boy, 9 seconds left in regulation. Flaming Dragon tied things up at 1, and then 15:44 into overtime, and Rob getting the goal. Odd Guy and Ozzy picking up the assists on that one. So, that is a big win for the Care Bears as they have now locked up a series victory with their second win through 2 games.
Yeah, 5-0 to start the season for the Care Bears, and Low Expectations. I mean, they can come out of this with 3 points. If they take this next one, it'll be another 1-1-1 series for them, so they'll be 2-2-2. That's what you got to hope for. That's what you got to do. I mean, that's the best you can do at this point.
And 3 points in 3 games is not bad. It kind of keeps those expectations low. But, after the way that second game started, I really had high expectations for the way that one was going to end. And it was exciting, but Low Expectations just unable to beat No Regretskis outside of that first period goal by Hufu.
And here's the overtime goal again.
Beautiful passing and a quick shot. Did that get deflected in front?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it hit somebody. I think it hit yellow in the corner. I think that's Costa.
See here. I thought we were going with the slow-mo version, but either way. Oh, we may be going with the slow-mo version after all. That beautiful passing just from right down low as Ozzy started this play, and that quick shot, I think it may have hit
somebody
Costa a
high.
little bit. Yeah. That would have been young Kelch, who was high. I think it definitely hit Costa, and then it went off of the underside of the right leg pad of Bill's.
Yeah, it's a tough animation for a goalie to get. You're just in position. You're sitting there in butterfly. You're waiting for the puck to come at you, and for some reason the computer decides it's going to lift the leg and just tucks it 5-hole on you. There's Hufu's wraparound.
I mean, beautiful.
Yeah.
Just beautifully done. Just nothing that No Regretskis could do on that one. Just no matter how quick you were going to be from post to post, I don't think you were going to be able to beat that animation there. And I love the that celebration with tossing the glove up in the air and then shooting it down. Not a bad start for Hufu. This is the beginning of his career in the 239 Hockey League. A goal in Game 1, a goal in Game 2. His team has only scored 2 goals. He's got both of them so far in the series.
Yeah, he's got the team on his back right now. They're going to need him more in Game 3 here for sure. So I'm getting a little information here based on our conversation earlier. Geineman, a defenseman on my team this season, little known fact, he says, my sister's father-in-law was Dom DeLuise, who was best friends with Mel Brooks. Hence, I've had many dinners with Mel Brooks and his late wife. So, little, celebrity flexing out there by Geineman in our little hockey league here. I don't know who that is.
Number of those.
I know he was Pizza the Hut in Spaceballs. That's about the extent of. I'm sure he's had much better roles than that.
He was in a lot. He was in. I think he's in like every Mel Brooks movie.
Okay.
He was in History of the World Part 1. Dom DeLuise, I think, was the guy when Mel Brooks is doing his spiel. I'm pretty sure that Dom DeLuise is the guy who is the king or emperor or something to that extent. I'm gonna try to just pull this up. In Spaceballs, he's the voice of Pizza the Hut, obviously. History of the World Part 1, yeah, he was Emperor Nero. He was in the Muppet movie. That's cool.
There's something else.
Silent movie, he was Dom Bell. Blazing Saddles, Buddy Bizarre.
I don't know if I remember who he is in Blazing Saddles.
Okay, so do you remember towards the end of Blazing Saddles when all of a sudden they just bust into a movie set?
Yeah, yep.
And there's the big like dance production number?
Uh-huh.
Dom DeLuise was the director of that movie within a movie.
Okay.
He was the on-screen director.
I know.
Who, you know.
All right.
Yeah. That's awesome. I'm kind of jealous. Mel Brooks is, you know. My dad tried to show me, I think, Blazing Saddles when I was like maybe 2 or 3 years too young to appreciate it, and then I was always a big fan of Spaceballs because love the Star Wars movies. So.
Yeah, I'm a gigantic Star Wars fan, so I loved it too, and a Star Trek fan.
I love all the fake merchandise in Spaceballs. I mean, it's the whole agreement that they had with George Lucas that Mel Brooks got permission to do the movie as long as he did not make merchandise. Which is why you can't find official Spaceballs merchandise, or you can't find Spaceballs the flamethrower.
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why there's no official, like, you know, yogurt, squeeze toy. You know,
can of air.
Please, I'm just plain yogurt. Or, you know, there's no Schwartz ring.
Yeah.
So,
Le Perriero.
Quick one-timer, just like that, by the way, a 1-0 lead. Flaming Dwagon getting right on the board as he has now scored a goal in all 3 games we have seen. He now has 4 on the evening.
That's nice passing.
Beautifully set up on that play. Care Bears back in their white jerseys, by the way. Still going up on your screen, low expectations. Back in black. Rome and Ozzy picking up the assists on that one. So King Rome getting on the score sheet for this game.
I heard the AC/DC reference. I got it. Back in black.
It's an AC/DC reference and also a Lewis Black reference from his Daily Show segments.
Okay.
But it's the same thing. I mean, his Daily Show segment is an AC/DC reference. So. It's, although I'm sure there's someone out there who would argue that Lewis Black came up with that and then AC/DC wrote the song.
Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah. I think that's the highest selling album ever.
Is it really?
I think so.
Higher selling than... I mean, there's got to be like a Michael Jackson CD up there. Yeah. There's got to be a Beatles CD up there.
Yep.
There's got to be...
Elvis.
They have to open another Windows. We have an offside here. Highest selling album of all time is Michael Jackson's Thriller.
Okay.
AC/DC's Back in Black is second on that list. We're giving you trivia in addition to commentary here on this one. We'll talk Mel Brooks. We'll talk Star Wars. We'll talk hockey, obviously. 90s vintage jerseys. Albums. Meatloaf Batted to Hell is the third most high-selling album.
That's an interesting one.
Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon. And then The Bodyguard, mostly by Whitney Houston, is fifth.
I'm surprised
somehow the Beatles not even like
one
in the
album
top.
isn't up there.
Yeah, the highest selling Beatles record of all time is Sgt. Pepper.
Wow.
And it's somewhere around like 15th. It's interesting. That's based on claimed sales, not necessarily certified sales.
I felt like when that Beatles One album came out, everybody got that. It was like the anthology collection of the Beatles. It was like just everything on there, like their greatest hits type of thing. And it just...
Big fan of that collection. I also... my dad has the entire anthology collection, so I have that. Yeah. All 6 CDs. They're anthologies 1, 2, and 3 with both discs. My favorite Beatles song, by the way, one of my favorite Beatles songs, because I can never just pick one, but one of my favorite Beatles songs is actually only on the anthology albums.
Which is?
And Free as a Bird.
Okay.
I think it's incredibly unique, and I love the fact that the three surviving at the time Beatles came together to finish a song that John Lennon started but didn't get more than 25 or 50% of the way through before he died.
Yep.
And it's a really cool take because they took Lennon's recordings from 1979, 1980, and they wrote the song to utilize it. And
Yeah.
all three Beatles that were still alive at the time, Harrison, McCartney, and Starr, all contributed to it. And it's also a really nice song. It's very pretty.
I think Blackbird is probably my favorite Beatles song.
I
just
really
really like the
Blackbird.
guitars in those.
I'm a big fan of Blackbird. I think that the turning point for me with that song, where I really started to love it, was seeing the Beatles live in Las Vegas, because Blackbird is just a really nice, very soft, obviously, moment in that show.
Yeah.
And I really like that. And then also, I was reading about the story behind that song, and at least one. With every Beatles song, there's always 17 explanations as to how they came up with it.
Yeah.
You know, there you could go with any Beatles song that's remotely popular, and Paul, John, George, and Ringo have combined to tell 4 different stories about how they came up with that title. Quick one-timer, and
That
another
one
goal
odd
is scored.
guy.
That one odd guy pick it up. I believe that is a power play marker. So it is a 2-0 game as the Care Bears just really trying to leave no doubt in this series as to which team is going to be coming away with a controlling series win.
Yeah.
Assist to Dwagon and Rob picking up the second assist. But I was actually reading it recently that Paul McCartney had talked about a while ago, had said that Blackbird was written about the plight of African Americans during the 60s in the U.S. Because coming over from the U.K., it was just so apparent to him.
Yeah.
Coming over, and that sort of inspired some of the meaning behind the song. And again, it's one of the 5 or 12 explanations that the Beatles have given over the years, but
Yeah.
interesting nonetheless. And it's, I mean, a very beautiful song. It's I do prefer to Yesterday of the Beatles songs that are just Paul.
Yeah.
I do think that Blackbird is the superior one, as that is a beautiful pass. Hufu making that beautiful centering feed, a little give and go.
Young
and
Buffalo.
This is now a 2-1 game.
Oh no. Yeah, that is Young Buffalo. Yep. He sometimes wears 88 and then sometimes wears 26 for Dahlin, so I get a little confused right off the top sometimes.
And of course, we go back to the rant that I have pretty regularly about how, for some reason, EA decides that when you're playing 6v6, that brown, orange, and gold should all be on the same side. So, it's you can't even just look at the color icon above it unless you've got the other 2 colors somewhat near enough that you can kind of differentiate. I guess that's just one of those things where they're like, oh, here, we'll go for the primary colors, and then the other team doesn't matter. It's they'll just throw whatever colors are left over.
Yeah.
But an exciting first period of play there, 2-1, as it was 2-0, and then beautiful little give and go, Young Buffalo to Hufu and back for the goal, has us at 2-1 after 1 period of play. Just 3 shots on goal each side. So I got the hits. You want to talk about something jumping out at you?
Yeah.
15 hits for low expectations of that first period. Just something like a 6-1, 7-1 ratio of hits.
King Rome's going to be starting this period hurt, I think. He got hurt late in that last period from a big hit.
So we'll see what difference that may make. Low expectations trying to get back and tie this game in the second period and come away with maybe their first win in this 3-game series. They do have 1 point from the overtime loss in game number 2. They are currently 0-1-1 tonight and 1-2-2 on the season. If they can get 2 points in this game, it would be absolutely huge for them in the standings to, again, go back to that average of 1 point per game played.
I always found it interesting. I wonder if you will too. So, EA, in its infinite wisdom, has programmed a lot of random features in this game that just randomly happen here and there. Sometimes you'll just miss an errant pass, or the puck will miss the net. but decided that if you get hurt in a game, it'll hurt a random part of your body, but no matter what, after 5 minutes, you're miraculously healed. Every time. And I always found it odd that they decided that there's no randomness to the injury whatsoever as far as how long you're going to be hurt for or what you're going to be hurt for. It's 5 minutes. From the time you get hurt, you're not hurt anymore after 5. It's
5 minutes of game time, not of real time.
Right, yeah. Yep.
So we're not talking like a period and 30 seconds.
Nope. Just 5 minutes on the clock exactly.
So already the injury is done as we have an offside whistle at 13:44 to go here in the second. That's I don't know what I mean. That I'm just gonna guess that it's just that it was just something that they had to program in there, and they, I guess, didn't. It wasn't necessarily with sixes in mind as much.
At least they don't have you like thrown out of the game if you're like seriously injured or something like that. I remember back in the old generations of games, you could take a 10-minute misconduct and you'd be gone for the rest of the game. You'd have a game misconduct. You'd be playing sixes and you just would never come back out.
I would actually love to see it where you get those limping back to the bench animations, but you can't actually change, and you're just like that for the rest of the game.
Right.
It's like, you'll line up for the face-off, but it's like, it's like if you're playing beer league and you kind of get dinged up, but you could still kind of play, and there's literally nobody else on the bench.
There's no bench players.
Nobody showed up for the 11:30 p.m. game. That you just like, all right, I'm just gonna play defense, guys. I'm just gonna play defense.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go past our own blue line.
Right, exactly. And then you got someone, suddenly there's a 2-on-you rush coming their way, and you're like, I'm just gonna turn around and hope for the best. Just laying down in the slot. That's just the entirety of your gameplay. What else can I do? I can't pressure the point because I can't reach him. It's just I'm just gonna lay down and block it. There's not gonna be a single shot along the ice that makes it through to the goalie. It's It'll also be interesting to see if you get a goalie hurt in sixes, if what that would do if you can't change the player.
Oh, lots of bodies in the middle of the ice.
Ooh, and a centering feed, but that one just could not connect with young Kelch as it's moved out the other way.
Late
penalty
slashing
coming.
call.
Quick wrister. In the corner with it is Flaming Dwagon, spinning it back up top. Under 7 minutes to go here as we have the penalty now being called.
Come on, odd guy.
Right,
you got to pass that puck, buddy. Got a delayed penalty. You see King Rome in the corner wide open. Get rid of it, bud.
1 for 2 on the power play already. Another huge chance as they will try to make it a 3-1 game, but Low Expectations able to clear the zone there, and now 30 seconds gone by in this power play. Good forecheck pressure from Hufu. He's had quite the series. I mean, for a team that's lost both of their games, Hufu has played really well as he draws a penalty here, as we'll be 4-on-4 for the next minute 7.
Yeah, he's been really impactful for their team. I feel like he's been by far the most impactful forward on their team. He's the only one that I've seen really generating a whole lot of pressure in front of the net, as he makes a really nice pass there off the face-off.
Beautiful job there with a nice save as well by Noah Gretzky's, but Young Buffalo winning it right to Hufu and then stepping back and immediately feeding it back down low for Buffalo for that shot. So we'll see what they do here if they can win this draw yet again, if they try something similar. It goes back to the point, maybe looking for Hufu, but stepping around, D-to-D pass, that long shot goes on goal and was stopped. Unable to clear the zone. Here's a chance down low. BLK feed!
Ooh.
And a nice goal scored as Young Buffalo has tied this up. It's his second goal of the game.
Yeah, tie game. Young Buffalo stepping up there. BLK making the nice play on the 4-on-4, taking his space.
And then just dropping the knee. Nice little shot there from Young Buffalo. Beating Noah Gretzky's glove side. And it is a 2-2 game. Still 31 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey before we get a power play chance, an abbreviated one. Or 53 seconds, I believe, for Low Expectations. Rome, quick shot kicked aside. That rebound was juicy, but skating in was BLK to take it out of the zone. Power play chance, 50 seconds. Carberry's able to clear the zone as the power play begins for Low Expectations. Hufu with it from his own end. feeding it on ahead for young Kelch, fresh from the box. Defenseman stepping in, quick wrister, that one blocked. Nice positioning by Rob, and he'll bank it off the boards and out, and that will kill off the power play chance for Low Expectations.
BLK's doing a really good job on Flaming Dwagon. He's getting up really high, and BLK's right there to stop him.
Another power play chance will be coming up for Low Expectations. Hufu trying to keep it away, but 3 players coming in for the Care Bears, and they take it away to touch it with 3:01 to go here in the second. Going off is Ozzy, I believe, is going to be called for that tripping penalty. Indeed it is. Quick one-timer right off the face-off. Another opportunity on the rebound chance for young Buffalo, but he could not capitalize. A rush, a little off screen. Puck is, I think, in the corner, and it's scooped up by young Buffalo. This is kind of the downside when you're following a defenseman.
Yeah, poor odd guy got laid out there and was just watching himself instead of the puck.
Kelch in the corner, trying to move it towards the net. That one banked off the post briefly before being kicked away.
Ooh.
And that one centered and beats no regrets skis, as it is now another lead for Low Expectations. Just the second time tonight they have held the lead.
Is that Buffalo getting another one? No, that's not him. Costa.
That would be Costa.
Getting in front of the net.
Nicely done there. And would that be BLK getting the assist on that one?
I think that was Kelchi that I saw.
Kelch, okay. I'm trying to keep tabs on who goes by what name and what capacity.
Yeah, BLK's I think just says BLK.
That's right, yeah. Chance in the slot. Hufu in the closing seconds. The one-timer, and Kelch on the board yet again. Beautiful pass as Hufu set that one up very nicely.
This one is turned around really quickly. Odd Guy's team was up 2-0 at one point in this game, and now down by 2.
4 straight goals by Low Expectations.
They're getting higher.
Got to raise those expectations here, as it's now a 4-2 lead after 2 for Low Expectations. They had only scored 2 goals in the series before this game. And now 4.
4 on 10 shots. And inexplicably, their time on attack is much lower than it has been in any of the other previous games. They're just
when you put it in the net, like, immediately, I guess it just works. Whew.
Each team with a power play goal apiece.
That is quite the turn of events. We have seen a 2-goal lead get blown already once in this game. Care Bears did that. What do the Care Bears have to do to make Low Expectations blow their 2-goal lead here?
Yeah, I mean, you saw what they did at the end of game 2 to get back in it. Their D started to activate. They started creating chances off of their D men, both for the tying goal and the overtime winner. So, you know, that seems to be what they're keying in on to get offensive pressure. They need to keep that up.
Nice force steal by King Rome, trying to get it down low for Dwagon, but that one was read and intercepted by Costa and cleared out. Hufu in the offensive end, trying for that centering feed, and ends up stealing it back from the defenseman that blocked the pass. Odd Guy turning it over. Huge hit by King Rome, just absolutely obliterating young Kelch. And delayed penalty is coming. So a power play chance now for the Care Bears. Interference is the call.
Gotta capitalize.
As young Buffalo going off.
King Rome's got a right wing in the face-off dot with him. Gotta get this.
Tie up, and it goes to Dwagon. Cross-ice feed for Ozzy, and his quick shot was covered up by Bills. Is not enough speed on the passer shot to beat Bills post to post. As we'll get another face-off, and now Rome can win this one right back towards center ice, and he does.
Ooh,
Feed
nice.
down low for Ozzy. The rebound chance was right in the blue paint, and Costa got there and just sent it all the way down. Great job by that defenseman to get in as the rookie, paying off for his giant $44 price tag.
Good job stacking.
I think
them
I just
up
heard
on the
a
line.
fan yell out sorry or something. I've never heard that in the game before.
I think so. That was one of the hit emotes. After you make a big hit, somebody's saying sorry.
I don't always keep my audio on for the game stream that we're watching, but I have it on, and I'm just like, who's talking? It sounded like a fan taunting one of the players. Feed, a beautiful opportunity for the forwards there, as well as one of the defensemen, because that's BLK that was in deep, and another goal. It is now 5-2, 5 consecutive scored by Low Expectations.
That's a tough one to let in if you're no Regretskis, especially after you made that gigantic save just a couple seconds before that. That's one that he'd like to have back.
Young Buffalo and Hufu picking up the assists on that goal. It is 5-2. Obviously the biggest lead of this series for Low Expectations. They hadn't scored more than 1 goal in a single game until this one for tonight's 3-game series. Here's a rush the other way, but a nice steal there by young Kelch, unable to clear the zone. Ozzy in the low slot, feeding for Rome, and his shot was deflected wide towards the boards, and the puck sent out of the zone. Odd guy chasing it down, skating with it, across the zone blue line. Pass on ahead for Ozzy, banks it into the zone, but unable to chase it down, as scooping it up was BLK. Hufu. Good job slowing the play down as he sends it back for Costa, and now out of the zone. Leading the rush is Young Buffalo for Hufu. Back again, and that one deflected. That was a really good job there, I think, by Young Buffalo to try to just tip the pass towards the net, but could not get it on goal.
Yeah, Hufu making a lot of nice passes, too. Just getting... I see a lot of plays where he's just getting a pass through a lane and then just sending it right back through the same place. So it's hard for a goalie to track.
Kelch with it behind the net. Hufu scooping it up. Banks it up top. BLK spins it down low again for Hufu. Maybe thinking pass. Trying to get it down low yet again. That's the center Buffalo beneath the goal line and now in the corner. Banks it down low, but Kelch unable to get there first, but the puck can't clear the zone. Hufu with some good pressure, and Buffalo scoops it up. Down low for Hufu. Centering feed for Kelch. The rebound was there, but cleared out as Noah Gretzky's made the initial save. Costa forced off the puck. Ozzy. He's knocked off the puck and now offside. 4:45 to go here in the third, and we are going to get a timeout. First of this series, I believe, called by the Care Bears.
Yeah, and they need it. It's a 3-goal lead that you got to come back from, and there's not a whole lot of time to do it. So,
what has been so different for Low Expectations in this game, especially considering they started it off down 2-0? What have they done so differently in the last, 2 full periods of play?
I think their passing has gotten a little bit more creative. I think they've been able to open up some more lanes, like through the slot and through the high slot that weren't there in the first 2 games by just really passing it around the outside, making them work for it and creating space for themselves.
Here comes Hufu in the rush. Down low and on a backhander on that rush. Young Kelch has made this a 6-2 game.
Yeah, those types of plays weren't available to them in the first 2 games. They're getting those passes through the slot now.
Hufu's been a big part of that too, with just being able to complete those passes. We had pointed out in the first game, or I had pointed out in the first game, that they were attempting a lot of those cross crease passes that just were not there, and they're suddenly there. They're creating space because Hufu has just done a great job of drawing the defenders towards him and making that read where they're not forcing it if it isn't there. They're willing to take a shot or play it back to the D or skate it behind the net. But boy, oh boy, it is. There have been a lot of openings for this team in this game, and they are well on their way to being 2-2-2 on the season.
Yeah, I kind of call it like passing vertically, like just up and down as opposed to east-west. I think that has really just opened up their offense a little bit. They've been able to get it back into the high slot or up to the D-man and make those quick passes back down low, and it's just pulling guys out of position.
Another power play chance to close out this game for the Care Bears. 1 for 4 tonight. Nice turnover, and here comes Hufu with a rush. Can't beat the defenseman to it, but he gets it back and gets taken out by no regretskis, no penalty, because a goalie can be touched. He can do whatever the heck he wants to do. He's a goaltender. Backhanded on the goal and in. Flaming Dwagon on the other end.
Just
He's got 2 in this game.
Stuffing that short side there.
That's you'd have. I mean, I know there's a goal difference anyway, but as Ozzy and Rob getting the assists, but you'd have a coach fuming that the goaltender didn't get. That there wasn't some kind of call on the other end. I think if that had happened in real life, where you're, a blatant trip, maybe trying to wrap around. Actually, a couple nice little passes there.
Yeah, those
were shot sent wide.
Some more of that passing we were talking about, just going up to get sideways. Back up into the high slot to get back through the middle.
So the run of 6 consecutive goals scored by low expectations comes to an end as Dwagon gets the 3rd goal of the game for the Care Bears, but it will not matter. Low expectations will pick up the win in this game. Trying to see if they can make it 7-3 in the closing seconds as No Regretskis will cover it up with about 6.5 to go. It will be a 1-1-1 series performance for Low Expectations and a 2-1-0 series performance for the Care Bears. So the Care Bears picking up the series win. Low Expectations not really losing any ground. It's 1 point per game. That's not great, but it's also enough to kind of
keeping you hanging
too far.
And Odd Guys team gets off to a pretty good start to the season. Had a pretty good first week. It's 5 wins. You can't ask for much more than that. The 2 pretty good teams went at it here today, I think. Low Expectations, probably going to need to see a little bit more, but they've had a pretty tough week as far as who they played.
So Drew Goldfarb, a.k.a. Farbsy, and Pale Poner with you here for this broadcast. We have now seen all 3 games in this series. So before we wrap up, I always like to find the 3 stars of this series. Who are your top 3 performers of the night between these 2 teams?
I think my number 1 performer is probably going to be Flaming Dwagon. I think he had a really strong night. I think he was all over the scoreboard in all 3 games. Ozzy was as well. I think my number 2 guy is going to be that one Odd Guy. And my number 3 is going to be Hufu. I think Hufu had a really strong game for him.
It's not often that when I ask my colleague here to provide a 3 stars of the game that I literally agree across the board. But I literally agree across the board. Hufu definitely gets that 3rd star just because of what he did for Low Expectations and raising expectations for this series. And it's hard to argue with someone like Flaming Dwagon, who had 2 goals in Game 3. He had 2 goals in Game 1. He had the game-tying goal in the final 10 seconds of Game 2. Odd Guy, no goal, 1 goal. He had a power play goal in Game number 3, but assists galore and just really good defensive positioning for him and for Rob for the most part in that entire series, really helping his team pick up a series victory. So that is going to do it here. And as always, Pale, I will give you the final word as we wrap things up here, the first series of the week of season number 16.
Yeah, looking forward to doing these the rest of the season, and we'll figure out when we're doing them for next week. Whenever you're available, and we can hash that out. But look forward to that for next week, the rest of the season. Have a good one,
Awesome.
boys.